Roll call, trustees, Jen.
Here.
William, absent. Nathan.
Here.
Chris.
I'm here.
John. Patrick, absent. President Rick.
Here.
Treasurer Brenda.
Here.
Clerk Lisa, I'm here. Deputy Clerk Erica. Here. Public Works Supervisor Birdie.
Here.
Parks Lead Brody.
Here.
And Attorney
Mark.
Mark.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, everybody, so please rise and say the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And all.
I like to emphasize the all part.
You like the all part?
Yeah, important.
All right.
My balance is pretty good.
On the consent agenda this evening, we have 4 items. September 9th, 2025, regular board meeting minutes is item 1. Item 2, bills payable dated September 30th, 2025 for a total of $764,261.61. Item 3, outside meetings for a total of $1,500. And item 4, ordinance number 25-22, authorizing disposal of personal property owned by the Village of Davis Junction, the old utility drop box. At this time, do any board members wish to remove any of those 4 items for further discussion? If not, we'll entertain the first motion.
I move to place agenda items 1, 2, 3, and 4 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that all items be considered together as a consent agenda.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to place items 1 through 4 inclusively as a consent agenda. Nathan seconds. Roll call, please.
Jen.
Yes.
William, absent. Nathan.
Yes.
John. Patrick, absent. Chris.
Yes.
Passes. Sorry, my phone. 604. Second motion.
I move to adopt items 1 through 4 included on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus procedure specified in the municipal code.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to adopt items 1 through 4 inclusively as a consent agenda. Nathan seconds. Roll call again.
Chris.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
William, absent. Nathan.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Patrick, absent.
Consent passes.
That's 5. All right. Under me this evening, we have the utility bill drawing. Why are they on here? Okay.
Sorry.
Not on time. They don't go in.
Do not qualify.
We will take those out and lay them here just for Mark, please.
All right. The winner address is 182 Autumnwood Lane.
Can I throw the other ones back in now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. We usually don't have like.
There you go.
We're like positivity now.
Don't know their name. They must not have had a problem recently. The winner's on the outside.
One name.
All right.
We've done what, one a month.
On the leases.
That's a lot of people, you know?
Does anyone have any questions?
Update the resolutions.
For the resolutions, I realize I'm error in numbering of resolution number 58, 59, 60, 61, and 62. There's a number, so instead of 58, 59, and number 56 is the same number, because we postponed this meeting, and then like, so 58, 59, 59 is 60, 61 is, 60, 61, and so forth, and 62 is number 63.
Everybody have that?
So 56, 58, 59 stay the same, everything else is up one.
Everything is off one except for 56. 56 is the same.
So 58, 59, 59, 60. All right,
Yes.
got it.
Try to remember that when it comes to
Off by a number.
Not that.
Well, at least when we read them, we can read them
There
correctly.
you go. That's all.
All right, Brenda.
Oh, I have the treasurer's report, the packet from September, any questions? And this afternoon, all full-time employees attended a EOC training for emergency workers. That's for the nuclear power plant. And then next Tuesday, they're gonna have the drill. So we will be at the EOC meeting the drill next Tuesday. And that's all I have for you.
All right. Mark?
I have no report this evening.
All right. Brody?
Not much. I'm just doing good. Should be tied up with quite a few things too. That's all.
Brett?
Not too much right now. Pretty much everything else is getting discussed in the other committees. So.
All right. Move on to Jen, community events.
I have nothing this evening.
Brenda, do you have anything for William?
I will, yes. Next week, there will be an emergency expenditure on soon as we get the bill, is what, and then we'll actually take over for this.
Show and
What
tell.
happened in the village?
I love show and tell.
What is that?
Or did you want to tell me what happened?
You want to go now or you want to wait until water? Totally up to you guys. You want to do it now? Because it kind of has underwater anyway, so I figured I'd touch on it
But
today.
this was where the.
Yeah, okay, no, totally understand from. Yeah, I didn't notice we were on the highway. Had a water leak. It ended up being a service going to the south side, maybe on the north side on 72. So it's a long service. So we ended up hauling in because we were not comfortable digging right along the edge of the highway, knowing that we would probably need lane closure and everything else. So, but I can get into a little bit more under the water side, but that's pretty much why we needed the emergency spend.
That's all I have.
All right. On to parks, Nathan.
I make a motion for approval of resolution 25-59, approving and authorizing execution of change order PCR 006 to complete the tile reroutes from the new pavilion at Adams State Community Park.
Second.
You have a dollar amount of that?
And trying to find it now. At the under, I passed by already. It's not in the paperwork that we sent. Yeah, that's it. It's up there.
5373?
373.26.
5370. Is that 5373? Is that right?
5,000.
I need to bring my reading glasses
From distance currently.
5373.
26.
26? All right, 26.
All right, so Nathan makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-59 in the amount of $55,373.26. Jen seconds. Any discussion?
This was the one they didn't know existed.
No discussion, roll call, please.
Patrick is absent. Chris?
Yes.
Jen? Williams is absent. Nathan?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Passes at 611.
Make a motion for approval of resolution 25-60, approving and authorizing execution of change order PRC 007, fully replace the concession wall at Community Park.
Second.
Dollar amount.
I didn't think there was a dollar amount. It looked like it was zero. Is that?
There it is.
It is 0.
There's,
The total amount of project work is 0, it says, but there it is.
We signed that one in a hurry.
Yeah, but there's,
This is the base total, and then, the options have the additional, is gonna be, adding that amount.
so the 35,379 is if they are able to do it and get materials on site before the stent film is done with the project, or they are out of here mainly. There's an upcharge on it.
What?
There's an upcharge on it if they are pretty much completed and tied up with the project, which is, I believe, 472.
yeah, so the 3,503.79 is if we can get it done before they leave. For the winter.
Not to exceed 4,000?
Yeah, so it's not to exceed this amount, that's the amount.
Yeah, not to exceed 4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, together it's 3,976.29.
All right, we'll go with that number. All right, so Nathan makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-60 in the amount not to exceed of $3,976.29. Jen seconds. Now discussion.
Why?
He says you want to pull it quickly. This is something we had discussed with, Will Hoffman about replacing this because we didn't want things to be patchy and look like patchwork. Unfortunately, somewhere in translation that was lost. And they now plan to basically just put aluminum sheeting up over where that hole is there, and then use some scrap from what they have left over to flush that corner. And then the worst part is right there. So that would basically just be a sheet of plywood with some more scrap slapped over it.
That's good enough for me.
And then
Correct.
it would look like garbage.
It's like-
When we originally talked about this, it was on our impression that this was discussed and we were all in the agreement that this was going to be done that way, and then when it was created, it was not. So,
Not to mention as well, I have a little bit of concern, not that it's a major load bearing wall right underneath that window, but that window leaked for every year that I've been here. And if we can get in there when they tear that wall out, parts ourselves, we're just gonna replace the studs that are hung in there, just so we have a good foundation with their strapping back to. Because what you can see, those two black holes on the side of the window was where the serving counter was, and it is pretty rotted inside there. But I didn't want to add that to the already accumulating cost. So that's something we can do in-house, before they slap that back up, if we decide to do so.
Well, if it's rotted, you should replace it, the wood.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do it internally.
Yeah.
We would just do it in-house instead of jiggling. It's just on the window leak for how many years.
We don't need no mold remediation, do we?
I won't know.
Well, people that get
Problem where we
sensitive.
don't have it.
Well, if there's been moisture, there's
I know.
usually mold.
People get so paranoid about it.
Oh, it's still.
If we decide to do so, and if it is bad enough when we do open up the window, we're already prepared to do that in-house. So we'll get that taken care of, and we'll throw it up, and then it'll look a lot nicer than what it would look like otherwise.
just keeping sure that when I quickly change over stuff.
You gotta keep it. You're on a roll. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
John?
Yes.
Patrick, absent. Chris?
Yes.
Jen? Yes. William, absent. Nathan?
Yes.
Passes at 6:16.
And then this one's not under the radar on me. I make a motion for approval of resolution number 25-63, approving and authorizing execution of the lease proposal of turf tank for Parks and Recreation Department.
Okay.
Wait, and the dollar amount of $10,700.
It would be more than that, you'd have to add the other partial portion on to it too, right?
That is what it's 9,000 plus the 1,700.
That's everything.
Okay. Nathan makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-63 in the amount of $10,700. Jen seconds. Discussion. This is the same thing we tabled last time for more
I thought we
information.
tabled it completely.
I think we tabled it till he could get more information.
To get more information, and then we were also going to search out for other vendors. Unbeknownst to us, Brody and I were kind of shocked when this was on the agenda, because neither of us knew anything about it before it ended up on.
But it is a 1-year lease, which is
It's a
something
1-year
we
lease.
like.
It's an opportunity to try it out, see if it's something that is cost effective and a benefit to us, and then go from there. So if it's something we wanted to venture to try, we really lost it for 1 year instead of the
Well, that's what I was on.
3 years or something lease that we were looking at.
Well, it makes sense to try it for 1 than 3.
Right.
And you're not gonna save all, but you're gonna save a portion of that, so. Well, I mean, you're gonna save a portion of that.
Well, I think that some of the stuff was set up and other things that are in the price here, so you gotta think that if we decide to go with this later, then those things were already done and taken care of, so we won't have those additional costs going forward. But it is what it is. So this gives us an opportunity to try an item, and then if we want to get this whole year to do more research and find out if something else, or obviously if it's voted against, then we can just wait till we find a different one.
Won't be voted against tonight. What?
Do what?
I said, let's vote. I said it won't be voted against tonight.
Any further discussion?
I guess my only concern would be, I haven't seen the agreement at all. I don't know what.
I think you have.
What, I saw the original one. I don't know if anything changed or what changed, in this one. But as long as we're okay with warranties, parts that are coming, everything like that, and it's the same as last time, then I think we're all on board okay with it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
I didn't know until yesterday morning.
We're in tear warranty of 60 days, which covered, but the deferred billing starts May 1st. I'm assuming that will also, I shouldn't assume, but the 60 days coverage would be from the May 1st date of billing, or when we first use it. I'm asking for whoever works this contract.
From the beginning of the contract, which I believe is a May 1st date, it's signed anticipatorily. So the effective date of the contract is when all time periods run from. And the there is an auto renewal provision. So if we do want it to be a 1-year contract only, there's no set number of days in advance we have to cancel, but we do have to notify the leaseor before the anniversary of the effective date.
At which point then it just auto renews for the price that's in here already for the set price or whatever.
Yes, whatever it would be then, except you're not going to repay the $1,700 setup
Fee is
fee.
a training thing, right? Yeah.
Right, you're not guaranteed that it will be 9,000 forever.
And that was the point of hurrying up and doing this, was to lock that 9,000 price in for now, so. For this year anyways. But everything else is the same.
There's no paint involved with that.
Right, we were supplying around on that, yeah.
We're gonna get that through by the year. Yeah. As long as everything else is the same, then I have no.
Yeah, that's the 2 batteries, free from protection, yeah. I'm looking forward to included. GPS packages, tablets, iPod, passes, all those will seem to be the same.
Roll
Nathan?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Patrick is absent. Chris?
No.
Jen? Yes. William is absent.
Mayor, we need you to vote.
Manslaughter. 1 year, yes.
Motion carries 4-1.
Fun to try.
A lot of damn money.
That angers me. But I said I'd honor one year.
In theory, it should.
All right. Anything further, Nathan?
Cost, so.
And then,
Obviously, probably the first year as we get used to it, but.
Estimate on labor services next year.
Yeah, we'll have the same costs.
We'll have some data on.
Yeah, we'll have a lot better numbers than we previously. The only problem with that is we won't be, the layout this next year will now be done by, up until May.
The best we can.
Yeah.
Because it isn't gonna really end up costing us.
We're not gonna be the most efficient this year, right? Well, but we will get more efficient with it every year going forward, so. In theory, if we stay with
And
it.
then to make it cheaper, if we, I would hope they would do something if you.
Well, and Jen was saying that Byron just
Yeah.
recently, Park District was started using this too, something very similar. So maybe there's something that we can share knowledge or,
Talk to them about or something.
yeah, maybe there's a discount if we come up with it or something. So things we didn't know until now. Yeah, right?
All good? Chris?
Authorizing the Village Hall NFP roof replacement in the amount of $12,800. Work performed by Sterling.
second.
Chris makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-56 in the amount of $12,800. John seconds. Discussion. This is everybody should stop out there on the way out last time.
You see there's a road that right in front of it. That's how
And just a quick update, I ended up, after that meeting, I ended up getting a contractor, Carpenters. He stopped down to look at it, because I thought, well, we'll try and see if we can get better, and he looked at it, we went through everything, I told him, I said, well, we're also considering wrapping it and everything else, and he flat out said, I would do that because there is no way we are going to be cheaper than that without even knowing the numbers. He said, we're not gonna do the roof, we're not gonna do the gutters. He said, you're gonna have to source all that. He said, so he goes, I'm not even gonna shoot you a number. So that helps. I don't know. I tried even after the meeting to get it to give a better price.
Roll call, please.
Williams, absent, Nathan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Patrick, absent, Chris,
Yeah.
Jen,
Yes.
Item 625 is what passes.
Make a motion to approve. Resolution 2561 approving an agreement for Public Works Mutual Aid and Providing for the purchase of road salt bound between Village Davis Junction and Meridian Community Unit School District 223.
Second.
Chris makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-61. John seconds. Discussion on the motion, on the resolution.
You know, we do this every year, but it's only if they need it, right?
Usually,
Have they
yes,
used it?
yes.
Mhm.
And we've had it, let me talk about.
So far, yes.
All right. We did the say-so bid for,
Yes, we do.
all right, then we should be fine.
Must be a bad.
Well, they still get to take.
It's supposed to be a cold one this year. We'll see.
A bad day.
Right.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Jen,
Yes.
Williams, absent, Nathan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Patrick is absent, Chris,
Yes.
Passes at 626.
Man, you know, we're not gonna give it to them, we don't have it.
That was
One more.
Resolution 2562 approving and authorization of Philippine Road shoulder bid acceptance.
Second.
How much?
Sorry, hold on, let me find out that. What was it, 46? Well, you know, it's right there in front of me, hold on. Let me tell you what it is, because he told me.
Which one did you do, Mark?
It is 43,230 by Martin and Company.
45,230?
Yes, that's what it is.
It's the first
Sorry.
time.
320.
Apparently I can't.
230.
Yep.
And that's 6%,
It is 6.4% less than what they estimated it to be, and it's gonna be paid out of, motor fuel tax, motor fuel tax.
John, you seconded?
I sure did.
All right, so Chris makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-62 in the amount of $45,230. John seconded. Any discussion? Not hearing any. We'll roll call.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen, William is absent, Nathan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Patrick absent.
Passes at 6:28.
All right, I got one more thing that, I wanted to discuss that I meant to have it on the agenda, but apparently I thought I did, but didn't. I'm getting old, I'll figure. It had to do with the, what's her name, Carla Sullivan?
Perfect.
Is she what is she out there?
She is the manager of Rolling Meadows, I guess, or the
There you go.
supervisor.
The new manager of Rolling
Meadows.
Okay.
What is she?
She called to ask about getting street lighting on the road to the wastewater treatment plant. She said it's really dark out there and they would like to get have 3 street lights put in along the road, which I told her that we had a lot of projects going on and didn't have a lot of extra money, so I didn't think that would be possible. And they volunteered to and she doesn't know the price yet, so I don't know, but they volunteered to pay for the lights put in. And I assumed then that we would have been responsible for the actual cost for the electricity, as they would be our street lights, right? So I contacted Willett Hoffman to ask, because I have no idea who to talk to about it, and I contacted Willett Hoffman, and Dale sent me apparently he has somebody with a comment that told him what the cost would be. And I haven't gone back to Carla because I wanted to run it by the board before I spend a lot of time doing it if we're not interested in, because there would be a cost to us. And according to him, Dale, and if I'm reading this right, it's for the 3 standard comment wood poles with a light on top. The cost, if you pay it up front, was $9,902
Each?
the way I read it, it's all 3 of them cost $9,902 to put in. All 3 of them, and then I guess I'd have to verify
That's to
that.
put them in, that's not to buy them.
Comment installed.
That's a good question. It's hard to say because not only do you have to pay $9,992, but then you also have to pay $114 a month plus usage and taxes for 24 months. And I assume that would be our cost, which is around $3,700. But or you can pay $213 with no down payment. But I'm not going to foot the bill for all of it. We don't have the money right now. But if we're willing to tell Carla that they would need to basically spend $10,000 and see if they're interested, then I wouldn't be opposed to paying the $114 plus usage and taxes for 2 years. Our portion to provide lighting to the people that live in the mobile home park would then only be $3,700, and they would pay the rest. But before I go, talk to her and see if you want it, and then follow up with comment and the rest. I want to make sure this board is interested in spending that $3,700.
The electrical infrastructure is there to just plug it in.
I don't know that because
electrical boring.
He told me,
I'm just curious.
I don't know. He told me that according to Dale, it depends on whether or not there is close by for them to then hook up to. Is there no lighting there at all?
Is there not one at 251?
There might be one there, but there's no, basically.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying there's one there, so they should be able to pick up off that.
I think they have a couple of them, but they're not.
So hopefully they can pick up off that feed and go.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't spoken to ComEd directly, but
But that's up to comment.
Again, like I said, these are tests. I don't know. I assume that our 114 plus usage in tax hasn't changed, but the actual amount put in might.
And those are just like, that would be LEDs.
According to Dale, there'd be no engineering fees, so that wouldn't be an issue because they wouldn't have anything to do with it. It would be ComEd's deal, and this is ComEd's numbers now. I have to confirm that it's not $9,992 per light, in which case it's $30,000.
Oh, still, if they want to pay that, then.
Well, and I would agree, but I'm going to tell her.
Did they find out those numbers from ComEd?
He's going to give them to him.
Dale got them? I didn't know if they haven't got them.
No, Dale.
He wants to make sure we're on board for paying the lighting fee.
Well, the $114 plus usage and taxes for 24 months.
And this is on their property, or is this on our property, right? The road frontage is ours, right?
Yeah, we own the road in and down to the wastewater.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because I thought they had.
I think that'd be a small price for safety and security.
Well, I don't think we should treat the people any different.
No, exactly.
And I have a street light on my cul-de-sac, and I appreciate that.
They can have mine.
They could have mine, the one, yeah, I could.
I want
I
darkness.
see it coming.
Nathan.
I think it's something that should be there.
All right,
So.
all right, then I will.
It's a consensus.
I will try to get a better, have more exact numbers after I talk to Carla and find out who to contact with ComEd and get back to you, but.
If they're still interested at that.
Well, that's true. I mean, they
Right.
don't know the price, so maybe they're.
They're
thanks.
Yeah, they're not interested.
But you have to.
Conversation differently, so.
Well, you have to know if you're trying to put in 3 streetlights, it's not gonna be cheap, right? So I assume that they must have an idea that it probably could cost them 15 or, $10,000-15,000. But I will talk to them and get back to you. And do we have anything? Then streets is good.
All right.
Streets, et cetera.
The monthly fee, is there a way to like pay it also so they're charging us interest or anything like that?
I don't think there is. I don't know about that because that's not in.
Okay. And then it's just a 2-year bill and then it's just.
It says 24 months. You still have to.
Your bill, they're just getting 24 up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can bill for the electricity, it's not for the whatever is the pole.
No.
The installation is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never personally bought a street light before.
Well, some we own and some ComEd.
Right. Well, we still pay the electricity on all of them.
Because they're maintaining them too, right? Or us. No, I shouldn't say that. Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah. There you go.
Anything further?
No.
Patrick's not here. Anybody have anything on wastewater?
Hopefully I'll have more for the next meeting, but just give everybody a heads up, we're dealing with one of our mixing pump issues. Unfortunately, it's the mixing pump that we spent a lot of money on and waited 18 months to get, and has already been fixed once. So obviously I'm not real pleased about it, but hopefully I'll have a little more information. We can throw it on the next agenda and figure out what we want to do with it. So that's, and we're getting prepped to haul sludge for the year. So that should come up in another week or 2. So that's about it.
Is the pump issue is something just the pump wearing out, or is there something that's like?
No, we don't know. They've got to take it back out of the hole, take it back, tear into it, see what's going on. So I don't have a lot of details because right now it's still.
Because we don't know yet.
Yep.
So
So
it's out, no one knows. We have a backup put in there still, right?
we still have our original that still works, our water lubricated one that, yes, I'm not using, so.
Water lubricated.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
So,
All right, John Water?
Other than what Brett has or had, that's about it.
yeah, just to finish on the little bit of history here real quick on the leak. So we have been, just to be kind of transparent with everything, we have been struggling for a while trying to figure out, we have basically our cost water every month. That is figured by water produced and water sold. We have been dealing with issues, weird thing is, off and on for a while now. This goes back to Sandy and I having hundreds of conversations trying to figure out, and I'm not even exaggerating, I lost count how many conversations we've had over the past, trying to figure out what was going on. That has now been handed to Lisa and Erica. We've had multiple conversations. We were actually getting set up to have a company come in and check our leaks on our section main from the corners down to the stub at the end down by Scandia, because obviously we've had issues on the corners. My fear has always been that drop going into the railroad tracks in the creek. So that was literally scheduled for the following week. That was scheduled for this that Tuesday. So and Friday, Kyle and Jackson were heading out because we were prepping for that company to come in, cleaning up valves. And they said, wow, that grass is really green right there in the middle of the drought. So I stopped there. Jeff, our other employee, was out listening to hydrants. And it finally, we have a feeling that has been leaking. Rick was out several times. He was on the phone with John several times. Come to find out, the surrounding houses has had water in their basement for a couple of months. So it finally surfaced.
What's that? Right.
Yeah. So luckily we found out that's kind of what led to that. But I've never lost water. We have meters again at the end of this month. We fixed 67. So the number won't be accurate, but it'll be close. And then I won't be able to give you another go because we're flushing hydrants in November. So, but I can already tell on our trending that was
the level
one of our big issues.
This is
that,
the leak. This is the actual leak from underneath 72.
Don't mind the pipe pipes, as they call it, pipe pipes.
Oh, I thought.
No. So anyway, with that being said, we do believe we still possibly have an issue with the entry point meter. We believe that is reading totally different than what the wells are pumping. So we may look at pricing a mag meter, getting rid of the turbine style for more accurate. Because we had just, not to drag this out, but just so you understand that the things that we've been doing since this started. We have listened to hydrants several times. We've repaired a hydrant. We've repaired 2 or 3 services. We've checked sewer manholes, storm manholes, calibrated meters. Twice we have, on a daily basis, inspected distribution system, looking for driving ditches. I mean, what we've done, not to mention the conversations, Erica and Lisa going through numbers, Sandy going through numbers, dozens and dozens of times, trying to figure out if we had a busting numbers, a calibration issue. But with all that being said, the leak surface finding, we believe it's been going for quite some time, but unfortunately you can't find them if they don't surface without hiring a company to come in and just say, okay, go listen to my town because I don't know where it's at. So long story, but just to give you kind of a history of how this came to be, what we've been dealing with for a while. And like I said, Erica and Lisa are tuned in now. They kind of know what to look for in the numbers, and that has smoothed things out since we fixed that. So it is looking much better. Now there's always little leaks in the system. That's a given. It was put together by people. Things get over tightened, things break, things aren't tightened. It's inevitable. Water system, you're going to have small leaks in it. That's the name of the game. But this was a big one.
It was a big one.
This was a big one. So.
The ground was finally saturated enough that it surfaced.
Yes, we actually went into the one house, because luckily I spoke with the homeowner, letting him know we were gonna be digging the next week. And she's like, well, that explains why we had water in the basement then. I said, excuse me? So, yeah, we had water in the basement for the last couple of months.
The first time Brett and I were standing out there together, one of the sump pumps kicked on, started shooting water out. We're like, well.
Yeah, and then I talked to the other homeowner, he said, yeah, my neighbor also had water in the basement for the last couple of months. And I said, well, now we have light service right away. So anyway, long story. But I want to give you all a backstory. Like I said, Rick was in the loop, John was in the loop.
That was a good one.
Yep.
I'll give you guys a lot of credit for finding it, 'cause that's something that most people wouldn't look at, is driving down the road and look at the bottom of a ditch.
We were literally just.
The grass was green, right? No septic tank, but yet it was green.
Yep, so, other than that, that's kind of history of what we deal with. I think I mentioned we're flushing tanks first person was the whole thing. First week of November, right here, yeah. So. That's all I got.
That's it. All right, under unfinished business. Anything? I did reach out to Kelly on Patrick's behalf. She has still has that voicemail thing set up where you have to tell her who you are and what you want. I had no response, so I will keep trying. Public?
Of course. What else do I say?
Exactly.
I have two comments. First one being for the trustees and the board of directors. How is it you expect the clerk to take minutes of your conversations when your side conversations are superseding the conversation at the table? Kind of a rhetorical question, but tonight I actually couldn't hear Rick at one point because of the side conversations that were occurring. And Rick asked a question of a trustee that the trustee didn't hear because they were too busy in a side conversation. So I ask that you guys be aware of that. Not only does it make it difficult for minutes, but me as the public has to listen to it as well. And then the second one being, this is a quasi-conversational one. I'm a little concerned that you guys voted on something tonight that the trustee said wasn't aware that it was on the agenda. The supervisor wasn't aware it was on the agenda. They asked for additional time. And yet everybody except for one person voted for it. I can't remember what Chris voted. And so it's concerning to me that we didn't just ask for additional time or ask for a contingency, that we approve it pending additional research or other things. So that's just concerning. So just, I want to make sure everybody knows that we don't have to push things through around here. And then if you didn't know something was on the agenda and you wanted more research, you should do that and take advantage of that.
I do believe 3 weeks ago that it was tabled until the next meeting, that was going to be on there automatically.
But you heard his language. The one that was on the agenda this evening. Diane, you both said earlier in the evening that you're one of you were aware and had an opportunity to give the other quotes that you wanted. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have done it, but then those statements shouldn't have come out.
When I'll clarify this for you.
Public, this is a recorded meeting.
Okay.
But when I say you, I for you and anyone else who's listening for this. When we discussed this last week, there wasn't a whole lot of, or 3 weeks ago, there wasn't a lot of companies to choose from this. And we were going to look out a little bit because the price tag that was on there was for a couple year quote. And we didn't feel comfortable locking ourselves into something that we were unaware it was going to be beneficial for us. So whoever did the legwork on this, just didn't have a conversation before it was posted the agenda. I did see it on Friday. I read through everything looked good. Comparable to what the original quote was. I was very interested in the original quote being pushed through because I really think long term is going to be a benefit and a cost savings for the village. So when I saw the 1 year lease agreement, it does seem like the best opportunity to try something else that we really liked, that we just didn't want to lock ourselves into such a large 3-year program originally. So when I say that I didn't know about it, it just wasn't discussed previous to be putting on the agenda. The fact that it was on the agenda is fine. A lot of things are put on agendas that aren't discussed before they're on the agenda, and then that's what causes us to have conversation outside of this.
You guys are discussing things for approval, because I wasn't here 3 weeks ago, and the person in the rest of the public doesn't necessarily read all of these minutes. And so when you guys are discussing things like that, that's important information to make sure you include. Because that does make more sense, although I am still curious, was the other quote ever looked at, was another company ever found? Was that discussed as well? Sure that.
There was another company that, on the sidebar, we had talked briefly, but it wasn't, as beneficial as the one that we did.
Makes sense, thank you for explaining that.
So the clarification.
Yeah, thank you.
But thank you, Reed.
Yeah, that's all we need to know.
Get that energy. Anything further from public? All right, moving on.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
John makes a motion to adjourn, Nathan seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Adjourned at 6:47.
And the fact that you